How's it going, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to disassemble a B series Vtec head. We're going to be completely stripping it, and I'm going to show you guys a step-by-step process on how to do this. This is a B16A2 head. This came off my B20 Vtec build, and I'm going to be doing a B16 to GSR block turbo build, so look out for those videos in the future. But today I'm going to be showing you guys step-by-step how to tear this engine down. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go ahead and take off is the Vtec solenoid. So if you're going to look, there's going to be three 10mm bolts. There's one here, one at the very bottom, and then one right here. So go ahead and remove those bolts. Okay, once the Vtec solenoid is removed, we're going to go ahead and remove the distributor. So there's going to be three 12mm bolts. You got one here. There's going to be one right down here in the bottom. And there's also going to be one here on this side, so go ahead and remove that. Alright, next is going to be the water neck here. So we're going to go ahead and remove, there's two 10mm bolts, there's one here, and there's one right underneath, as well as a coolant line that runs from this right into your intake manifold. Okay, now we're going to be going ahead and removing the intake manifold. So we have 10 12mm nuts, there's 6 on the top, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there's 4 on the bottom, and I would show you them, but they're under each one of these runners. So you just need to go underneath the intake manifold and get those off. Okay, and now that everything is now stripped off of the actual head, we're now going to start ripping the internals out. And to do this, we're going to first remove the valve cover. So we have 8 nuts that hold the valve cover on. We have one here, here, and there's 4 in the middle, and also one here and here. And usually there's a spark plug cover that would just run as like a little plastic piece from right in here to cover the spark plug wires. But I do not have it. But if you have it, it's still just the same 4 bolts to remove that. Alright, so now that you've removed the valve cover, the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is remove the intake and exhaust cam rails. There's going to be a total of 20 12mm bolts. So there's just all of these ones here on both sides, and there's also going to be 4 10mm bolts here, 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 and here, and you're going to go ahead and remove all of those. Alright, with the cam rails removed, the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is remove each of the cam caps. So there's a total of 10, so it's pretty much all of these little pieces here. And at the back too, on the distributor side, there's going to be 4 10mm bolts. You're just going to have to go ahead and remove, and these just pop up, just like that. So you're going to go ahead and remove those. Okay, so as you can see, I have the cams removed, the cam caps, and the cam rails. I recommend keeping everything in order. So just I have the exhaust cam rail, the intake and the intake cam, and all the rails. Now a good thing about the cam caps, the good thing about the cam caps is they're all numbered. So as you can see right down in here, if I turn this over, you can see number 4, and with an arrow, and then there's a 3 with an arrow here, and a 2, and so on. And they all are facing towards the actual cam gears, so that's how you keep them in line when reassembling the head. Alright, next up is we're going to go ahead and remove the exhaust rocker arms and rocker shaft. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and come on the cam gear side of the head, and there's going to be this 10mm Allen head plug right here. So we're going to go ahead and remove this so I have it loosened off. Okay, there's also a washer, keep that in mind. And if you look right into the actual rocker shaft, the rocker shaft is just this in here. And if you look in there, there is this little pin, so you can see just sticking out right here. That is this, and this pin is just to keep the rocker shaft in place, so we need to pop that up. So I just have some needle nose pliers here, flathead will work, or a little pry bar, and you're actually going to go in here and get under it and pop up this little pin. So this pin comes out just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take these needle nose pliers. We're going to come on to the other side of the motor, right where the Vtec solenoid bolts on. And we're going to come in here, so you can see the rocker shaft is in there as well. And we're going to go ahead and push, get the shaft starting to move. It might be a little stubborn if you haven't had the engine apart before. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to poke out there now. I'm going to grab it. And these rags. And you're going to start pulling the rocker shaft out. Okay. Alright, so I got it out about that far. And it's best just to remove just 3 rocker arms at a time. Okay, so remove these 3 here. So you're just going to pick them up and just pull them out. They're not held in there really by anything. And a little thing with the rocker arms, so you don't get them mixed up. Make sure you obviously keep them in order. If there is, flip that around. So the middle one here is our Vtec rocker arm, and inside the Vtec rocker arm there's this little pin right here, so you make sure you don't want to lose that. So it goes to Vtec right here, and to the left of it, so if you're looking at the exhaust manifold side, there is a little pin on the left hand side rocker arm. So this goes on the left hand side of the Vtec rocker arm right here. So make sure you keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of them, and then we'll get on to the intake side. Okay, so moving on to the intake side, it's pretty much the exact same process. The only difference is there's actually 2 of these plugs. There's one right here, which is just in there, and there's actually one right here on the other side. But there is still the pin, so you're going to have to go in and prop it up and remove this pin here. And it's the exact same process to remove this side as it was the exhaust, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Alright, so now we have both rocker arms out and rocker shafts and everything. The last thing I'm going to be removing here is the lost motion assembly, or the LMAs. I'm not going to be removing the valve springs just because I'm keeping the stock valve springs. It's a pain in the ass to remove them and put them back in. But to remove these, all you need to do is take just a pair of needle nose pliers, and you're going to stick them down in here and just pinch them and pull them out just like that. Nothing special to them, and they're just come out just like this. And like I said, keep everything in order so then you don't get anything mixed up. Alright, and that was how to fully disassemble a B-Series Vtec head. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below and I'll help you out. If not, best of luck on disassembling your guys' head. If you guys want me to make a video on how to pull the valves out or take the valve springs off, let me know and I will do that. But hopefully you guys have a great day and be back for the next one.